Welcome to the YouTube channel, The Right Place, where creativity meets comfort and family fun comes to life. In today's magical episode, we're diving into a charming and enchanting world that both kids and adults will fall in love with: DIY fairy gardens. This family-friendly project will inspire imagination, encourage outdoor play, and become a whimsical display in your own backyard. Now, gather your little ones. Grab some fairy-sized furniture and a sprinkle of glitter, because we're about to transform ordinary garden corners into magical fairy wonderlands. This is more than just a craft. It's a moment to bond, laugh, and create beautiful memories with your family. Before we begin this delightful journey into miniature landscapes and sparkling ideas, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an adventure here at The Right Place. One, what is a DIY fairy garden? A DIY fairy garden is a miniature outdoor or indoor display that includes tiny plants, whimsical decorations, and fairy-themed accessories designed to create an enchanted space. Families all over the world are embracing this creative hobby because it blends gardening, imagination, and storytelling into one magical project. Whether in a flower pot or under a tree, your garden becomes a portal to an enchanted world. What makes this project so special is how personal and customizable it is. You can design a fairy village with moss paths, colorful pebbles, and tiny wooden houses, or keep it simple with a small figurine beneath a toadstool. Every choice reflects your family's style and story, turning this project into a personal fairy tale that grows over time. 'Creating a fairy garden is also a great way to get kids interested in nature. It teaches them how to care for plants, inspires environmental curiosity, and encourages storytelling. Best of all, it allows the whole family to spend time together, unplugged from screens and connected through creativity. 2. Gathering your supplies. Starting your fairy garden begins with gathering the right supplies. You'll need a container or garden space, potting soil, small plants like succulents or moss, and decorative items such as fairy figurines, miniature houses, pebbles, or twigs. Whether shopping at a craft store or using items from around the house, the possibilities are endless. What makes DIY fairy gardens unique is that many materials can be handmade or repurposed. An old teacup becomes a fairy bathtub, a broken flower pot turns into a magical ruin, and painted pebbles can serve as fairy stepping stones. Encourage your kids to help you hunt for items, both indoors and outdoors. They'll love the treasure hunt. Don't forget the most important ingredient, imagination. With just a few key pieces and a touch of creativity, you can design a space that looks like it came straight out of a fantasy storybook. And remember, your fairy garden can be as big or as small as you like. Fairies love cozy corners just as much as open fields. 3. Building the magical world. Once you've gathered your supplies, it's time to build. Start by choosing your base: a pot, tray, or garden patch, then add soil and start placing your plants. Choose greenery that stays small and doesn't overshadow your tiny decor. From there, build pathways using gravel or bark and arrange fairy homes and accessories to complete the look. As you build, think about the story you're creating. Where do the fairies live? Is there a forest, a village square, or maybe a sparkling pond? Involving your kids in storytelling while designing the layout adds layers of fun and creativity. This isn't just a project, it's a collaborative tale you build together, one stone and flower at a time. You can even add interactive elements like fairy doors on tree trunks, tiny ladders, or secret messages written on stones. These small details turn your garden into a living fantasy that evolves over time. Each visit can bring something new, whether it's a newly bloomed flower or a freshly added fairy mailbox. 4. Making it a family affair. DIY fairy gardens are perfect for families because everyone can contribute something unique. Young children can paint rocks, arrange figures, or collect natural elements, while older kids might enjoy designing structures or planning the layout. Adults can handle the planting or more delicate crafting, making it a truly inclusive project. This kind of project also teaches valuable skills: patience, planning, teamwork, and creative thinking. Every member of the family can take pride in seeing their individual touch brought to life in the finished garden. It's a shared accomplishment that can be revisited, rebuilt, or expanded together over time. 'Plus, fairy gardens are a great reason to spend more time outside. Families can turn it into a weekend ritual, checking on the garden, adding new elements, or telling new fairy tales. It's a peaceful and imaginative way to unplug and reconnect with each other and with nature. 5. Seasonal fairy garden ideas. Fairy gardens can change with the seasons, adding new excitement throughout the year. In spring, use flower blossoms, pastel decor, and butterfly themes. Summer might bring beachy scenes with shells and sand. Each season gives you a chance to reinvent your fairy world and keep the magic alive all year long. Autumn is perfect for rustic designs, using mini pumpkins, acorns, and colorful leaves to create a woodland retreat. Winter transforms your fairy garden into a snow-covered village with cotton snow, twinkling lights, and festive charm. The changing decor keeps kids engaged and builds anticipation as each new season arrives. You can even host seasonal fairy garden parties where the family updates the design together. It's a fun way to mark holidays and seasonal changes, while reinforcing the tradition and togetherness that comes with these magical mini landscapes. Every season brings new chances for storytelling and bonding. 6. Displaying and maintaining your fairy garden. Once your fairy garden is built, find the perfect place to display it. Whether it's a sunny garden patch, a shaded nook, or a tabletop on your porch, visibility is key so the magic is always in view. Choose a spot where the plants can thrive and the family can visit often to admire and update it. Maintenance is easy and can be part of the fun. Water your plants regularly, trim overgrowth, and check for weather damage. Let your kids take turns being the fairy keeper, making sure the garden stays neat and full of charm. It's a great way to teach responsibility in a playful, magical way. Don't be afraid to refresh and rearrange. Just like any good story, fairy gardens evolve. Add new characters, build new paths, or change the scenery to match your growing creativity. It's a living, breathing work of art that will continue to inspire imagination and joy for years to come. Seven, encouraging creative storytelling through fairy gardens. DIY fairy gardens naturally invite storytelling, and this is where the magic truly comes alive. As you build your garden, Ask your children who lives there and what adventures the fairies might be having. Creating characters, backstories, and ongoing tales gives your fairy garden a soul, turning it into an evolving narrative playground. You can also incorporate little props that support your stories: a tiny book left on a fairy's table, a treasure chest hidden beneath moss, or even a message from the fairies written on a scroll. These details make the world feel alive and interactive, fostering creativity and wonder in young minds. Over time, your family can build an entire fairy saga, maybe even illustrate and write it down. Use the garden as your storyboard, expanding the scenes and updating the plot with each visit. It's a perfect blend of imaginative play, education, and family bonding that grows as your children do. 8. Incorporating lights and movement. Adding fairy lights and subtle motion brings your DIY fairy garden to life, especially in the evening. Solar-powered mini lights, glow-in-the-dark stones, or flickering lanterns make your garden look enchanted after dusk. Watching it sparkle under the stars creates a magical experience for kids and adults alike. Movement can also add whimsy. Think spinning pinwheels, miniature wind chimes, or tiny water features made from recycled parts. These elements help the garden feel alive and dynamic. Even the sound of tinkling bells in the breeze adds a sensory touch that deepens the fairy tale atmosphere. Kids will especially love returning at different times of day to see how the garden changes. Morning dew, midday sun, and evening lights each reveal something new. With lights and motion, Your fairy garden becomes more than a display, it becomes an immersive, magical space that constantly transforms. 9. Using recycled and natural materials. One of the best parts of DIY fairy gardens is how sustainable and eco-friendly they can be. Encourage your family to use recycled materials to craft fairy homes, fences, and furniture. Bottle caps, popsicle sticks, broken pottery, and old buttons can all be reimagined as magical elements. Natural materials add authenticity and connect your fairy garden to the real world. Gather acorns, pine cones, bark, and twigs to build furniture, bridges, or fairy ladders. These materials not only blend beautifully with your garden, but also make for fun nature walks to collect them. 'Teaching kids how to create with what they have fosters creativity, problem solving, and a deeper appreciation for the environment. It's a hands-on lesson in sustainability that feels like play. And when your fairy garden reflects the world around it, the magic feels that much more real. 10. Fairy gardens as gifts and keepsakes. Fairy gardens aren't just a personal family project, they can also make thoughtful and heartwarming gifts. A handmade fairy garden in a decorative pot or basket makes a beautiful present for grandparents, teachers, or friends. It's a gift full of love, creativity, and magical intention. You can personalize them with names, colors, or themes that reflect the recipient's personality. A beach-themed fairy garden for an ocean lover, or a woodland fairy scene for a nature enthusiast. It's a gift that goes beyond store-bought trinkets and speaks from the heart. 'These miniature worlds also make wonderful keepsakes for your own home. Over time, you can preserve parts of your favorite garden's tiny accessories or photos of each version as a visual memory of your family's creativity and growth. Each garden becomes a little time capsule of joy. 11. Final touches and display tips. As you finalize your fairy garden, take time to add those charming final touches that make it uniquely yours. A hand-painted fairy welcome sign, a tiny animal companion, or even a do not disturb flag add character and humor. These final elements bring your scene to life. Make sure your display area is safe from harsh elements and easy to reach. Use trays or raised planters if you have pets or very young children, or set up a shaded nook where the garden can be admired often. Accessibility is key to encouraging continued interaction. Finally, document your creation. Take photos, create a short family video tour, or even share your fairy garden with others online. The process of sharing your magical world can inspire other families and give your children a sense of pride in what they helped create. Conclusion. Thank you so much for joining us on this magical journey into the world of DIY fairy gardens here on The Right Place. We hope this family-friendly project has sparked your imagination and inspired you to create a whimsical world of your own, right in your garden or on your windowsill. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about connection, creativity, and the joy of building something beautiful together as a family. With each stone placed and each fairy story told, you're creating more than just a garden, you're creating memories. If you love this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss an episode here at the right place. Share your fairy garden creations in the comments, we'd love to see them. Until next time, keep creating, keep believing, and keep the magic alive.